Hello friends, welcome to the week 1 of our body balancing series. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited to have you here. So today's class is going to be focused on foundation, the center, our core muscles. And today is all about core control and balance. So please modify as you need. I'll give some ideas of how to do so. We don't need any props, but I recommend having a towel on hand or a cushion, something to pad your knees if you need. So we're going to get started on the back. Make sure you've got space around you. So open your arms out to the side. You want to be able to make a T shape with your arms. And we'll just take a moment then to settle in, resting your arms at your side. And find a comfy position for your head. We don't want any tension in the neck. Taking a few deep belly breaths, just let your pelvis get heavy. Allow your tummy to expand on the inhale and let out the air on the exhale as you let gravity do its job, getting a bit more in contact with the ground as things start to release. Just one more breath here. Inhaling. On your next exhale, we're just going to rock on the tailbone. So I want you to roll your tailbone to the ceiling and feel your lower back flattening in towards the mat. Inhale, rock your tailbone towards the mat, and you're going to find an arch behind your lower back. A little bit of space gets created here. Again, exhaling, roll on that pelvis. So you're rolling your tailbone to the ceiling. And inhale, tailbone towards the ground. Find that space in the lower back. Go for a full extension. I'll move my hands out of the way so you can see. Again, exhaling. So as our lower back comes to the earth, we call this position imprint. And inhale, tailbone towards the ground, space in the lower back. This is into a spinal extension. One more time into these extremes, lower back down to the earth. And coming into spinal extension, inhale. From here, let's find our neutral spine. So we're allowing the sacrum to rest on the ground, that triangle at the base of the pelvis, kind of like a boat on the water, nice and stable. We're taking some breaths here now with the intention of breathing into the sides of the ribs. Allow the belly to expand if you need, and on the exhale, without moving the pelvis, we're just going to think of drawing some curtains in towards each other in front of the pelvis. Think of activating your transverse abdominis, like a corset around your waist. Inhale into the barrel that is your rib cage, 3-dimensionally. The belly might expand a bit, and then we exhale, draw those curtains closed. Contracting your transverse, maybe getting a little bit of pelvic floor participation. Again, inhale. And stabilizing, firming on the exhale. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands to the AS-IS bones. These are these bones in the front of your pelvis. This is going to help us just monitor our pelvic stability. Inhaling. Exhale, firm up those abdominals, keeping neutral spine. We're going to roll onto the outside of the right foot as the right knee opens to the side. Inhale, bring that knee to the ceiling. Other side, exhale, left knee will open out to the left. You roll onto the outside of the left foot to let that happen, but try to stabilize what's going on in the pelvis. Inhale to bring the knee to the ceiling. So at your own pace here, we move on the exhale. And we keep the weight in the center of the sacrum like a boat on water, nice and stable. Inhale up. Other knee exhaling. Try to keep the neck and shoulders released. Weight in the center of the sacrum. Inhale. So we're using the abdominals to stabilize. One more time each side. I like to think of when I open my right knee up to the side, my left back pocket of my jeans is getting heavy. Inhale, back up. And as I open my left knee out to the side, the right back pocket of my jeans is getting heavy to help counterbalance and stabilize. Inhaling back up. Beautiful. Now we're going to come into our imprint just using the abdominal muscles. So as you exhale, Deepen that abdominal firming, contraction, as you bring that lower back down into the mat. And we're just going to release to neutral. Inhale, but keeping that abdominal contraction. Again, exhaling. Lower back will come down to the mat, but this time it's the obliques creating the movement, so you're not pressing into your feet at all. Inhale, back to neutral. One more time, imprinting. Inhale, neutral. In neutral, we're going to go back into those knee openings. Exhale, open the right knee out to the right. Back left pocket is heavy, and you're going to lengthen your leg down on the mat, away from you. Roll that leg to parallel. Feel the sacroiliac joint behind you. Open back up, external rotation. Slide the heel to the sits bone, and we'll bring it back. Parallel, inhale. Left knee opens, exhale, weight in the center of the sacrum. Heavy right back pocket, lengthen that leg. Stable through the core, parallel with the toes to the ceiling. Inhale, open toes out to the side. Exhale, draw heel to sits bone, weight in the center of the sacrum, and back up. One more time each side. Exhale, right knee out to the right. Lengthen that right leg down, weight in the center of the pelvis. Roll the toes to the ceiling, parallel leg. And back to external rotation, draw it back, knee to ceiling. One more time to the left. Exhale, left knee opens to the left. Reach the leg long on the mat, parallel with the leg, and external rotation, drawing it back to the ceiling. Good, we're going to work on some femur arcs now. Still working on stabilizing the pelvis. Inhaling. Exhale, we're going to bring the right knee up to a tabletop position. Notice the pelvis. Again, we want it to stay stable. You can keep checking in with those hip bones, hands on the hip bones. Inhale, toes back down to the mat. Try to keep it really calm, really stable. Exhale, left knee to the ceiling. Inhaling, toes back down to the mat. Try to keep the back of the ribs wide and in contact with your mat. Exhale, right knee comes up. Inhale to bring it down. Keep firming through your core. Exhale, left knee up. And inhaling down. Good, we're going to come into imprint again. Exhale. So we're really using the sides of the obliques to make that happen without pushing into the feet. Bring your right knee up to tabletop now. Inhale. And exhale to bring your left knee up to tabletop. So this should already generate quite an effort in the core. I'm going to inhale here. Start tipping your right toes down towards the ground as if there was a pool with water in it. You just want to test the temperature of the water, but you keep your lower back down. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, left toes drop down to test the water. Keep your lower back down. Inhale, knee up. Again, right toes. So you manage here, inhale up, how far you're going. If you feel like your lower back wants to come up after you move an inch, just keep it really small. Exhale. So you are exploring your own limits of the control you have in your abdominals to keep your lower back in the mat. One more time each side. To the right. Obliques hollowing. And to the left. Good. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Take a little break. Rock right and left. So the hip flexors are working, but we don't want them to be the main attraction. So if that's happening, try to tone it back a little bit. Let's bring the knees back up to our tabletop, but this time we're going to work in neutral. So allow your lumbar spine to be off the mat. Imagine that you have blueberries in a line under your lumbar as your lower back, and those blueberries are intact. We are not squishing them, but the lower ribs are in contact with the mat. So we're inhaling here, same thing, toe taps. Exhale, try to drop those toes down to the water. Test the temperature of the pool if you can. Inhale up and exhale. Other foot drops down. Maybe the pool is a little higher depending on your level of control at the moment. So as we alternate legs, we want to keep the tension out of the upper body and control through our center. One more time each side. And left. Inhale. Good, let's bring the feet down to the mat one at a time. Good, we're neutral. We're gonna inhale here. Rolling into our imprint one more time. This time we're coming up into a bridge. So you're gonna roll your tailbone to the ceiling and roll through one vertebrae at a time to pick your pelvis upwards towards the ceiling, lengthening in front of the hips. Inhale here. And we're gonna lower down gently one vertebrae at a time, rolling through each vertebrae as you come down, especially through that lumbar spine, and releasing neutral. Ooh, I have a cramp. You might get cramps. That happens. Just stretch it out and start again. Inhale. Exhale, imprinting. So we want this movement to come from the abdominals. And then when we roll up, really feeling that yummy movement of each vertebrae, each rib articulating. The weight is in between the shoulder blades. We're going to inhale here, really pressing the hips up to the ceiling and coming down gently. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time. Good. So if this feels like enough for you, continue to do this. Otherwise, we're going to reach the right leg up to the ceiling and do a bridge on one leg. The right ankle is going to cross in front of the left knee. So we're in a figure 4 position. A little stretch for the outside of the hip. Inhale. Keeping the weight in the center of the tailbone, sacrum. Exhale, imprint, and roll up one vertebrae at a time, pressing your hips up to the ceiling and that right knee down and away. Feel both sides of your waist long. Inhale, we're going to drop the hips a little bit. Exhale, press up. Again, inhale, drop the hips a little. Exhale, press up, squeezing your glutes, keeping the sides of the waist long. Inhale, drop. Exhale, up. One more time. Inhale, drop. Exhale, up. Good. We're going to bring the leg back to parallel. Inhale, foot down, and exhale, roll back down one vertebrae at a time to neutral. Left leg reaches up to the ceiling. Inhale, flex your foot, get a nice stretch in the posterior chain. Cross that left ankle in front of the right knee. Open left knee out to the side. A little stretch through the hip. Inhale, neutral spine. Rolling through the pelvis. Exhale, come on up one vertebrae at a time. Feel the weight in between the shoulder blades. Reach your knee down and away from you, both sides of the waist long. Inhale, drop the pelvis a tiny bit. Exhale, squeeze the bum, come up a little higher. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, press it up. Inhale, down. Exhale, press it up. Again for 2. And 1. Good, bring the leg to parallel. Inhale. Foot to the floor, and exhale, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Feel each lumbar vertebrae in the mat before you release neutral. Inhale. Okay, we're gonna come up one more time and work on some stability. Exhale, rolling through the pelvis. Up we go. Each vertebrae, each rib articulates. Think of rolling your tailbone through your legs. Waist is strong. Reach your right knee up to tabletop. So we're going to trace some circles on the ceiling, maybe about the size of a big grapefruit. For 5, 4, stabilizing through the waist. 3, 2, 1, and change directions for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Foot comes down. Keep your hips high. Inhale. We're going to reach the left leg up to tabletop. 5 little circles with this leg. Keep that left hip long away from your shoulder. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And foot comes down. Roll down through your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Good. And let's reach the legs up to the ceiling. Flex the feet. You can bend your knees and grab for the outsides of your feet. So your elbows are on the inside. This is like a happy baby. Hug your knees down to the earth. Heels pressing up. A few breaths into your lower back here. This is so good for your lower back, the hips. And then you can start stretching your legs out towards lengthen. They might not get long, but we're just looking for a hamstring stretch. Press out. If it starts to shake, that's awesome. Just looking for your limit. A nice way to get a bit more tension out of it is to send your sits bones, your tailbone down towards the ground as if you're trying to bring your pelvis neutral. One more breath here. Good, and we'll gently release, bend the knees. Bring the feet down to the mat one at a time. Okay, let's bring the hands behind the head. So circle those arms out to the side. Ooh, I love this movement. If you've got enough space, it's so great, like doing a snow angel. So we're gonna bring the hands behind the head, fingers interlaced. Elbows are at a 45-degree angle. Imagine your arms are a hammock for your head. We're gonna come into an imprint. Roll your lower back down to the mat, finding that three-dimensional abdominal hug in towards your spine. Inhale. Head and shoulders come up, exhale. We're going to inhale here. Keep the head pressing into the hands slightly. So you're getting a bit of a stretch through the suboccipitals. And we're going to exhale to lower back down to the mat. Inhaling. Exhale, come up. Now reach one arm up to the ceiling. Inhale and grab the back of your thigh. Help yourself come up a little further. Exhale. We're going to inhale, bring that hand behind the head, stay as high as this, and exhale, come down. So when we're using our abdominals, we want to use the sides of the abdominals. Inhale, come up, exhale. Take a look at your abs. Make sure you don't have that rectus popping out like a mountain, but use the sides. Inhale. Other arm's going to lengthen. Grab the back of your thigh. Help yourself up a little higher. Let go of your leg. Inhale, hand behind the head, and lower down. Exhale. Inhale. We're going to do it 2 more times. Exhale, head and shoulders up. So option to go with one arm at a time, or you can use both hands. Inhale, exhale. Use the hands to pull yourself up a little higher. Inhale, stay this high, but let go of your legs. Hands behind the head. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, head and shoulders come up. Try to find a bit more length through your waist. Inhale, arms up. Grab the back of your thighs. Exhale, come up a little higher. Let go of your legs. Inhale. And hands behind the head. Exhale to lower down. Good. We're going to open the arms out. Open the feet out at the width of your mat. So a little wider. Going through a twist. We're going to press into the left foot here and roll your pelvis towards the right. Let your knees drop. And we're going to let this arm follow like we're closing a book. One hand on top of the other. Inhaling here. Now roll back through your shoulder blades. Exhale. Find the space in between the shoulder blades, the ribs. The top arm is going to slide along the bottom arm and unfold as your knees find their position back to the ceiling. Let's go to the other side. So pressing into the right foot. Let the hips drop over to the left, knee over to the left. Inhale and let the arm come last. Sequential movement like you're closing a book. Let that top knee drop to the floor, and we're going to roll back in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale, opening out, knees to ceiling. Inhale, press into your left foot. Allow the pelvis to turn as the knees drop, and then that arm is after. Nice wide fingers, get a stretch through all that fascia. Inhale, rolling back through the shoulder blades, and your knees and pelvis will follow. One more time, press into the right foot. Let the knees go to the left. Turn the pelvis. Top arm is going to close like a book. Let the top knee drop. Inhale, roll back through the shoulder blades. Top arm slides on the bottom arm. And those knees are going to find their position in the center. Okay, we're going to hug the knees into the chest here. Go for a little rock side to side. And we'll grab onto the back of the thighs to roll up. So press those thighs into your hands and use that weight to find this little sort of boat pose here. This is really nice to take a moment here. You can find that rock. The hollowing through the abdominals is helping us create a little bit more length and articulation through the lower back. If it feels good to you, you can let your feet come down to the mat and let this carry you up to sitting. We're going to inhale here nice and tall. Get onto your sits bones, open through the chest. Exhale, roll onto your tailbone, back of your bum, lower back. Inhale here. And exhale to come up like a C curve. Head towards the knees. Imagine there's a big beach ball on top of your thighs. You're rolling up and over. And then 2 sits bones ground down into the earth. We're going to inhale and open up through the chest. We'll do that one more time. Rolling back. Exhale. Holding. Inhale here. And come up and over your knees. Exhale. Like you're coming up and over a big beach ball. Extend through the spine and the chest. Inhale. Great, we're gonna come onto all fours from here. So if you need a towel or something to pad your knees, you can place that on the mat. And we're gonna place the knees right underneath the pelvis, the hands right underneath the shoulders, staying soft through the elbows. Just a simple cat-cow, rounding the spine. Inhale. Try to really get the movement through the lower back here. Exhale to arch and send the chest forward and the shoulder blades down, keeping the neck long. No crunching in the back of the neck. Long. Rounding. Inhale. And exhale to open the heart forward as the pelvis rolls over top of the femurs. Again, inhaling to round. And exhale, open. We're going to round one more time. Stay around, inhale. And just rock the weight back a little bit and forward. And notice how this is stretching through the fascia of your back. The bending in the hips and the knees is really yummy and beneficial. Tops of the feet pressing down into the mat. Okay, and coming back to neutral, we're going to bring the knees together and the hands together. This one is like a dog wagging its tail. So we're going to bring the feet over to the right and the head to the right. This is a C curve or side curve in the spine. And then the feet over to the left and the head to the left. Going with a bit more momentum, right and left, like a dog wagging its tail. And try to look at your toes on either side. Getting a nice stretch in the intercostal muscles. Those are the muscles in between your ribs. And then we're going to settle down with both of the feet over to the right. So we're going to stay in that right C curve. Round your spine, come into a cat stretch and rock the weight back. Inhale. And exhale to arch forward. Inhale, keep the pelvis center. So as we rock back, we have a nice stretch on the left side of the lower back. And reaching chest forward. Exhale, one more time, rounding, inhale. And exhale, chest forward. We're gonna bring the feet over to the left, look towards your toes just to complete that C curve. Then you can bring the gaze back to center, rounding the spine. Inhale, rock the weight back so we have a nice stretch on the lower back on the right now. Exhale, arching forward. Inhaling, rounding, rocking back, and exhale to arch forward. One more time, rounding, inhale. And exhale, arch forward. Let's come to center. Bringing the hands right underneath the shoulders one more time for bird dog. So this is really helping us with stability all along the length of our spine and our abdominals. We're gonna reach our right leg back. Stable in the pelvis, lift that leg up to tabletop. Point through the toes and really feel that leg reaching away from your belly button. Now the left arm is reaching forward. Imagine you're shaking someone's hand so the thumb is up to the ceiling. This allows us to anchor that shoulder blade down a little more. We're gonna bring elbow and knee towards each other. Inhale, cat. And then exhale, reach the leg and arm away from each other. Extend through the spine. Inhale, cat. And exhale, cow as we lengthen the leg and the arm away, keeping that shoulder blade low. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Elbow and knee and head towards each other. Exhale to extend. Drop the hand down and the toes down to the ground. So now that back leg is long. Good, we're gonna bring the left hand behind the head. Inhale. Exhale, bring the left elbow to the right elbow and twist through the ribs. Inhale to open the gaze over to the left. Exhale, left elbow to right. Twist through the ribs and inhale to open. One more time, left elbow to the right. And inhale to open. We're gonna bring that hand down to the ground, knee down, bird dog on the other side. So the left leg reaches long, toes reach out away from the belly button. We're stable through the pelvis. Feel your glutes fire up. Right arm reaches forward as if you're shaking someone's hand. Drop your shoulder blade down away from your ear. Inhale, bring your elbow and knee towards each other. Head comes in, round the back. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale to round. And exhale to lengthen. And we're exhaling to lengthen to stay connected to our abdominals. Inhale, round. And exhale to lengthen. One more time, rounding. Lengthen. Bring the toes down to the ground, right hand down to the ground. Stable through the hips. Bring the right hand behind the head. Open the chest, inhale. Right elbow comes to touch the left elbow as we twist. Inhale, open out to the side. Exhale, right elbow to left elbow. And inhale to open. Keep some energy in that back leg. If you can, reach it away from you. Exhale. And inhale to open, and we'll circle that arm out. Woo, back behind us. Hand and knee come down. Just come into a child's pose for a moment. Take a little stretch. It can be nice for this next one. We're going to come onto the tummy. You might enjoy a little bit of support underneath your pelvis if you have a bony pelvis. Otherwise, you can put it to the side. We're going to come down onto the tummy. Taking a moment on the elbows here in a Sphinx pose. So we're just going to reach that chest forward and feel some extension through the back and through the abdominals, breathing into it. But we want to pull the belly button to the spine. So we're pulling that whole abdominal wall up towards the spine, giving it a little bit of support. And we'll come down to the mat. Head and shoulders come down, keeping your legs long. Open them out to the sides, so about mat width apart. And you can externally rotate the legs a tiny bit. We're just resting the head down, and we're going to articulate one leg at a time into extension. So inhaling here. Reach your right leg out and away from you. Exhale and pick the leg up off the mat, stabilizing through the abdominals. Inhale, leg comes down. Exhale, left leg reaches out and away. Draw your abdominal wall upwards. Inhale, leg comes down. One more time each leg, right abdominal wall comes in and up to stabilize. Inhale, it comes down. And exhale, other leg comes up. Inhale, that leg comes down. Okay, we're going to work on those intrinsic muscles of the spine. So with the hands on either side of your body, palms of the hands towards the earth. Keep your legs anchored, pubic bone into the mat. And we're just going to lift the chest and the nose up off the mat and try to keep your eyes on the mat here. We're going to lift the hands up as well. Roll your shoulders open as much as possible while keeping the fronts of the ribs connected towards the abdominals. We're going to open those arms out to the side in a T shape here. Inhale. Exhale, bring your pinky fingers towards your thighs. We just hold this suspension. You're like Superman, Superwoman, flying through the sky. Or like an arrow. Baby fingers to thighs. One more time. Arms open out to the sides. Stretch through those 10 fingers. And baby fingers come to your thighs. Keep this position. Reach through your legs. Turn the palms of the hands up towards the ceiling now. Inhale. Exhale, try to touch your thumbs together. And open those arms out to the side. They won't come quite as far as they did when the palms of the hands were towards the earth. Again, exhale, thumbs try to touch. Inhale to open. Exhale, thumbs try to touch. Inhale, open. Last time thumbs touch. Bend the elbows, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back, and we're going to lengthen those arms out with interlaced fingers, squeezing your hands together at the base of the thumb. If you feel like it, you can add a little bit more with the legs. Reach out through the legs and hover your thighs off the floor for 5, 4, 3, breathing, 2, feet reaching away from your head, head reaching away from your feet, 1, and we'll gently lower it down. You can bring your hands underneath your head and just rock your bum, rock your pelvis side to side, rock it out. Good work. Okay, pressing up again onto all fours. We're going to come up onto the knees again, stabilizing through the waist. This time we're going to work on the stability of the pelvis with the leg long and up. So reach the right leg back and up, and we're just going to trace some little circles here with that right leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep drawing your abdominals towards your spine. 2, 1, other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to bring the right knee down towards the mat to hover. Exhale, reach that leg long, flex your foot. Let's keep that foot flexed. Bend the knee, inhale, hover. Exhale to lengthen it out and up. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lengthen up. One more time, in and back and up. Keep the leg long. We're going to cross it over midline towards the left and open it out to the right, externally rotating, and look at your toes. Bring it back to parallel, cross it to the left. Maybe you can look over your left shoulder, check out your leg, and externally rotate, bring it towards the right. You want to see it over your right shoulder. Inhale and exhale. So this is for our hips, our glutes. Getting a little bit more into a burn, crossing over and open. One more time, cross it over and open. Keep both sides of the waist long. We're going to drop the toes down towards the floor. Keep that external rotation. Exhale to lift and lift and lift and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it up. Inhale, bend the knee towards your right elbow. Exhale, reach it out and back to parallel. Open, bend it towards your right elbow, back, parallel. One more time, external rotation, knee to elbow, lengthen back, parallel, and we'll bring the foot down. Take a little break if you need. A few breaths into your lower back. And we're going to come back up onto all fours. So reach your left leg back behind you. Point through the toes. Stable through the waist. 10 little circles here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to bend that left knee in. Just hover it over the mat. Inhale. Flex the foot. Exhale. Reach it out and up. So it's bum lifting. Inhale. Knee bends in. Exhale. Reach it back and up. Inhale in. Exhale. Back and up. Keep drawing your ribs and abdominals in to support the spine. Exhale up. And in. And up. Again for 2. And 1. Keep it long. Cross it over towards the right now. Look over your right shoulder. See if you can check out your heel. Now we're going to open it out to the left. Externally rotate the toes. Look over your left shoulder. Can you see your toes? Inhale over to the right. Exhale. Check out your toes on the left. Try not to move the pelvis right and left. So it's just that leg moving. Again for 2. And 1. Lower the leg. Inhale. Exhale to lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. We're going to bend the left knee into the left elbow. Exhale, straighten. Bring it back to parallel. Open. Bend the knee into the elbow. Back and parallel. Maybe look over that shoulder. Again, open. Left knee to left elbow. Long. Parallel. Over. And in. Reach it out. Over. And back. Good. Sit back onto your knees. You can roll your wrists out, maybe interlacing the fingers. A little figure 8. Another way. Nice flexing and bending. Little circles. Nice, and you can shake it out. Okay, so now we're going into a little side body series. Again, if you have a bony pelvis, you can have something underneath your body. We're gonna lie on one side. So I'm on my left side, right leg is up. For more stability, you can bend this bottom leg. For a bit more of a challenge, bottom leg can be long and slightly in front of you. I'm gonna reach the top leg, that right leg, away from us. This is going to help create better alignment through the pelvis. We're kicking the top leg forward, inhale, point the toes and reach the leg back, exhale. So a nice stretch for the back of the leg and reach it behind you. Good, inhale, forward and exhale. Back behind you. If you really want to challenge your stability, if you feel like you've got this, the top arm behind the head, Don't feel bad if it feels too wobbly. Okay, coming back to center, little leg circles here. Again, stabilizing through the waist for 5, 4, making them as little or as big as you need. 3, 2, 1, and other direction. Top arm can be here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bringing legs down. We're gonna lift the top leg up to hip height. Really stable through the waist. Inhale, bottom leg comes up to meet it. Exhale, bring it down. Top leg up, inhale. Exhale, bottom leg up. Squeeze and down. Again, top leg. Exhale, bottom leg, squeeze and down. We're gonna drop the head and bottom arm down. Inhale. Using the side of the waist, find length. Squeeze both legs together. Exhale, upper body and lower body come up in a banana shape. And down, inhale. Exhale, banana. Inhale, down. One more time, exhale, banana. Maybe you can reach that top arm long. Hold, and we're gonna lower gently down. Good, so swinging the legs around, we'll go for the other side. If you wanna be on that towel or blanket, go ahead. So bottom leg can be bent like so, or maybe it's in front of you like so. We're going to inhale, kick forward, and exhale, point the toes, reach back. Inhale, kick forward. Exhale, point the toes, reach back. So our abdominals are stabilizing. Top hand can come up. Don't worry about it if it feels way too wobbly. Just keep that top arm in front of you for stability. Inhale, nice hamstring stretch, and exhale, reach it back. Okay, we're gonna reach that leg long. 5 little circles. 5, 4, 3, challenge yourself. 2, 1, and other way. 5, falling isn't failure. 4, it's just learning. 3, 2, 1, good, and bring it down. Okay, so we are reaching the top leg up, and now that bottom leg is gonna come up to meet it. Squeeze the legs together. Keep stabilizing through the waist and down. You can also have your head down if that feels good. Inhale, top leg up. Exhale, bottom leg up. Squeeze and down. What we want to do is make sure we're working through the sides of the waist. Top leg up, inhale. Exhale, bottom leg, squeeze and down. One more time, top leg, bottom leg, squeeze and down. So we're gonna curl up, head and legs together. Inhale, reach them away from your center, and exhale, curling up. So we're sliding that shoulder blade down and lower. Inhale. Exhale, head and shoulders and legs come up, side of the waist strong, and down. One more time, up. Maybe you can balance, play. Good, and down. Good, let's come onto the back. Palms of the hands towards the ground. Knees up to tabletop. Inhale, we're gonna twist it out. Exhale, 2 legs over to the right. And just hold here. You can flip that left arm over so the palm of the hand is reaching towards the ceiling. You can look towards that hand. A few breaths here. And knees back to center, lower back down, inhale. Exhale, legs over to the left, coming through for a nice twist. You can open the palm of the right hand towards the ceiling, look towards it. So we're twisting away from the knees. And gently coming back to center, palm of the hand down. Grabbing onto the back of the legs, roll yourself up. All right. We are getting close. We've got one more deep burn effort here. So we're coming onto the left knee. Right leg is long. If this is uncomfortable for you, you could also modify and do the same thing on your feet. With the hands behind your head, we're going for this kind of effort. So that's an option to be standing. So top leg, right leg is reaching long. We're going to bring the hands behind the head, long through the waist. Inhale, allow the head and shoulders to curve over to the side. And now from the center, exhale, come up into one straight line. So we're using the side of the waist to make this happen. Inhale, curving over. Exhale, side of the waist draws you up. Inhale, curve over. Try to grow even taller from the pelvis to the head. Exhale, coming up. One more time. Inhale, over. And exhale, coming up. Hold it. Turn your sternum slightly towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, center. Now sternum towards the earth. Don't twist your pelvis, just the chest. And exhale, center. Bring the left hand down. Right arm will come overhead and we'll go for a side stretch here. Draw your pubic bone towards your ribs so you're getting a little bit of length through the psoas, the hip flexors. Good, and we'll soften, folding at the hips to come down to center, onto both shins, changing sides. So we're on the right shin, left leg is long and strong through the waist here. We'll bring the hands behind the head. So this is a medium lever. If it was too heavy, you can have your hands also on your shoulders here for a lower lever, or even arms up is heavier. Hands behind the head, coming up and over. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen through the waist. Get long in one long line. Inhale, up and over, curving. Exhale, reach the head away from your tailbone as you come up to one long line. Side of the waist is doing that work. Inhale. Exhale, reaching up tall. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, reach up tall, one long line. We're going to turn the sternum towards the ceiling. Don't move your pelvis. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Sternum towards the mat. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Bring the bottom hand down. Come up and over, stretch your side body. Allow the sole of the foot to be in contact with the floor. Nice big breaths here. And we're going to fold at the hips to lower the shin down to the mat. Great, let's keep this little pad here under the knees if you've still got it. We're going to come onto the knees and the hands. So coming into a bit of a plank from the knees. Inhale here. We're going to open one knee out to the side and bring the foot forward. Try to stay stable in your center, circling that leg back in and down. As pubic bone zips towards the rib cage, other leg circles out to the side. Lizard pose, circle and down. You could be on your toes here as well. Circle to lizard, press out, down one more time. Circle, lizard, out, and hold. Whatever plank you're at, hold. If you need to be on your elbows, that's totally fine too. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Knees down. All right, so you made it. We're going to get into some stretching now. Left knee on the mat, reaching that right foot forward. We're coming into a psoas stretch, hip flexor stretch. Again, zipping pubic bone up to ribs. Press the pelvis forward. Reaching your arms forward. Come into an external rotation. So this is working with our muscle chains. Pressing the palms of the hands forward and drawing the abdominals in. If you don't feel much stretch, check out your back foot. Make sure it's not behind you to the right. From here, we're going to lift that top arm up. Inhale, so the same side as the leg that's on the floor. If my left knee's on my floor, my left arm is up and I'm curving up and over to the right. One more breath here. Inhale, grow longer, taller through your spine. Exhale to bring the hands down to either side of that foot. We're going to rock the pelvis back. Flex that front foot, drawing the toes towards your face. Totally fine to have a bent knee. It's more interesting to allow it to be bent and to send your sits bones back. Bringing the chest down. Externally rotate that front leg. Inhale. And exhale to bring it back to parallel. Again, external rotation. And parallel. Going to circle that leg back and down, changing sides. So hip flexors, psoas on the right. Stepping forward, pubic bone zipping in and up. Reaching your arms forward, external rotation from those arms. Deep breaths all the way to the back of your rib cage, the bottom of your rib cage, the kidneys. Those kidneys sit right on top of the hip flexors like they're ready to go down a slide. So let's breathe into that space. Making sure that heel is right behind the knee and not in an external rotation. We're going to lift the right arm up, inhale, and curve up and over to the left, allowing the shoulders to stay heavy and relaxed. Breathing into that whole side body. Inhaling to get longer through the waist and through the spine as you come up. We're going to exhale and drop the hands down on either side of this front foot. Rock the pelvis back, heel flexes. Allow this knee to be bent, but send your bum back. Think of getting a little bit of a curve in your lower back. Maybe if there was a drop of water to fall from the sky and land on your lower back, your tailbone would be reaching up and trying to keep it there. So we're just going to come into a little external rotation. The toes and the knee turn out, and then back to parallel. And one more time. External rotation, toe and knee turns out, and back to parallel. Beautiful. Coming down to the knees. I'm going to come into a Z position. So the front, my left leg is in front. I'm flexed. You can elevate your pelvis here. Handy to have that towel. You can just bring your bum up if that feels like it helps you. Or also bum on the ground, but something underneath your knee can be really nice as well. So with a nice long spine, we're just going to inhale and lean forward on top of that shin and stay here, breathing, shining your tailbone back. Feel the breath equal on either side of the rib cage. Allow your tummy to soften. So we're going to gently come up, inhale, placing the left hand beside you, exhale, up and over for a side stretch. We're going to turn the sternum to the floor and bring the right hand in front of you on the floor, softening the chest down and the head down. A few nice big breaths into the back of the rib cage. Really great if you're dealing with any stress. The lungs get a little tense, and it's nice to allow that fascia of the inside of the lungs and the ribs to get some movement and twist through the ribs here. We should be feeling an intense stretch in that left hip as well. And we're going to inhale deep into the belly to come up, press into your hands. And if you have a padding underneath your knee, you can just leave it to the side. Bring this front knee forward a little bit. Left hand is beside you. Press your hips up. Then we're going to circle that top arm up so we're getting a stretch from the knee up the thigh, abdominals, side body, all the way to that pinky finger, a nice spiral, bringing the palm of the hand towards the ground and gently lowering the pelvis down. We're going to change sides. So Z position with that right shin forward. You can pad the knee or the bum. Inhale, long through the spine as you lean forward. Deep breaths all the way to the pelvic floor. We're going to inhale and gently come up. Bring that hand to the side, open your left arm out, exhale, curving up and over. We're going to turn the sternum towards the knee, hand on either side of that knee, slightly in front of you, and think of reaching your belly forward and letting the weight of the head go. Nice deep breaths into the back of the ribs here. Helping yourself up with your hands. Send a big breath all the way down to the pelvic floor. Come on up. You can get rid of that pad underneath your knee. Right hand to the mat. Maybe you want to scoot your left knee forward a bit. Hand slightly behind you to press your pelvis forward. And opening from that left knee all the way to the left fingertip as you curve and turn the palm of the hand towards the floor, getting a nice spiral. 2 more breaths here. And we'll gently, in control, lower the pelvis down. Bringing the feet together in front of you. Again, if you want to elevate the pelvis, you can do so. Sit on your little cushion. And we'll just close off with a nice symmetrical reach over top of those feet. You can bring the hands to the feet or the ankles. Experimenting with how far away you want those heels from your pelvis. It can be nice to have them a little farther away here to get a stretch through the hamstrings as well. A few breaths with a long spine. And then we'll let the weight of the head drop, maybe in between the 2 feet. Maybe not. Wherever we are at, we are good. We are enough. We are beautiful and strong. Send the breath into the back of the rib cage, massaging those kidneys. Stay here as long as you'd like. And when you're ready to come up, just imagine those sits bones like roots rooting down, 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 down to the center of the earth as you help yourself curl up to vertical. And you can bring the hands together in front of the heart, just bringing the right and left sides of our being together. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your practice. Practice as much as you can. You'll be getting a video every week, and you can continue to add and layer. So this one was very core focused, and we will have some leg work, some upper body work, and many other themes. Really excited to be on this journey with you. So thank you for being here. Thank you for taking care of you, and I'll see you soon.